Hunts. Sort me out with some better
Mate,
internet.
Telstra fucking have a guru too, apparently.
Oh, they've just got everyone over a barrel. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, YouTube's up and firing. Yeah, there we are. There's our ugly bugs. We're on, baby. We are on.
Oh fuck! Hang on. I need to I'll post up the we're going live.
Yes. Put up the we are live little
the post prepped. Ready, steady. Fuck, it's taking its sweet ass time loading. I've got the questions. Well, we'll have the questions preloaded by the time we get there. Fuck boy, that took ages.
Okay. Sweet as mate. Good.
Sweet as peanut. Just keep going. I'll do it in the background. It's fine.
Yeah, cool. All right, I'll click the intro and we'll get going.
Sounds good, bro.
Hello, handsome. Care for a rub down?
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Something special is about to happen.
Are you waiting to receive my limp penis?
Very aroused.
Better than later.
Let's do this.
That is incredible! That is unbelievable! That is brilliant!
Yeah, g'day rubbers. Welcome back to the Weekly Rubdown, a podcast that rubs down everything NRL Supercoach. You're listening to the Round 8 Rubdown. I'm your host, Natty, and with me, as always, riding shotgun in the Rubmobile is the stats wizard, the sultan of the spread, king of calculations. Wooka, what's going on, mate?
Hey, Natty, my man, how are you? How are things? I had a look at a few news reports about a certain player in your team
Nah, I'm not good,
getting
bro.
Close to seizing an injury. It's not great.
I'm not good,
is it?
bro. I'm not good.
Look, I did
drown my sorrows right now.
I did warn you at the start of the season. Like you drafted like Wooker last year. Too many guys that are injury prone. JC's not doing it for you. Walker's back at least. That's a plus. That's a win.
Well, I'm a silver linings kind of guy. I'm a glass half full type of operator, if you will. So I'm thinking,
for sure.
Ponga, rest it up, get good, bro. 2 months, that'll put you back round 20. We're good to go. Make a run in the finals.
For the finals.
Me and UKP, let's go, baby. Now, if it comes out that he's out for 3 months, that could be an issue. But 2 months I can deal with. 2 months I'm okay with because that gives him sort of 3 games back before the Supercoach finals, and then we're ripping and a tearing, baby. It'll be okay. I just got to get to the finals.
I do know that. Look, the Liz Frank it's the ACL of the ankle. It's of the foot. It's not an injury you want.
Well, I'm not happy about
almost
it.
Almost like a bicep tear,
Yep.
or a pec tear.
Yep. I am not happy about it. And yeah, the Liz Frank, the ACL of the foot, as Brian likes to say. The rehab is different from player to player, so could be longer, could be earlier. We don't know. But yeah, rough. And KP was just hitting his straps as well. Thank fuck I've got Lomax, bro. If I didn't have Lomax, I would be in a world of hurt. And you watch, this is what I do. When I start getting injuries, bro, I just start betting. I bet hard and I try and bet my way out of these fucking holes. There's only 2 ways it can go. I can continue to plummet to the center of the earth and be gone forever and come back in 2025, or bang, I'll be back. Few weeks, bada bing, bada boom. One Ruben Cotter on the weekend. It's a nice little get for my front row forward spot. So
You're a Ruben Cotter fan from way back, so he's been in your team almost every season.
He's been pretty
So,
consistent this
yeah,
year.
it's like coming home.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't set the world alight, but definitely if you play him in your front row forward, which you will,
Yep.
because you desperately need one. Yeah, perfect get, great get.
Oh God! Well, what an intro. Yeah. So this this rub is brought to you by our Patreon, the Rub Club. Guys, it's humming. The stats are statting. We've got 6-round average sheets up now. With strength of schedules coming into play. It's unbelievable. And look, we're going to go through some injuries and suspensions in a minute, but after that, Wooker and I are going to run you through the strength of schedule sheets because we are actually using them hard at the moment. I've obviously got KP out. I'm looking for a fullback replacement. Walker has Jamal Fogarty out long term, so he's looking for a halfback replacement. So we're looking at strength of schedule. We are using these sheets to help our own teams. So we're going to run you through some of the decisions that we need to make, how we're going to make them with the strength of schedule sheets, and so give you an example of how to use them because, I mean, it's the tippity top of stat sheets, isn't it? The strength of schedule stuff.
Yeah, and one of the key things is like a lot of it's form based as well, so that's why we do release it throughout the season. So teams will change. We've seen obviously Canberra; they've lost their halfback. They're going to have very different attack and very different defensive structures, especially on that right edge. So, yeah. The strength of schedule changes with those sort of updates. It's not just a pick and stick thing that we whack in at the start of the season based on who we think might be playing all right. It's actually got some key stats that feed into it.
Yeah, it's very sexy, very arousing, dick extending. It's the best. All right, let's get into some injuries.
I'm still alive, but I'm very badly injured.
So the big one we just talked about it.
How long you got? Jesus.
2 to 3 months with a list, Frank. Yeah. So where we got Dave Armstrong comes in for him for the Knights there. So and a little pick up there if you're the Ponga owner, handcuff him with Armstrong. I did touch base with the Rugby League Guru about Armstrong, asked him about how he's been going in Rezzies. Big fan of him, plenty to like about him. So that's always a good thing.
Yeah, I think he's definitely more of like the finisher type. I'm not sure how much on a creative sense. Like we obviously know Ponga's left to right pass and things like that. And his right to left is insane. And he's got a bit of a kicking game and all that sort of stuff. So I'm not sure how Armstrong will go in that respect. I thought that Will Price would probably be a better fit for a like replacement. But we'll see how the young kid goes. Like he absolutely nailed it in
he's good in the trials.
So yeah. So look, I reckon he could go all right. It's going to be a tough ask replacing a player of Ponga's prowess. It's just
100%.
If you're a best owner, you're hating life. If you're a Maju owner, you're hating life. If you're a KPP owner, it's not the best thing in the world to happen. No,
exactly. Jamal Fogarty, your boy, 12 weeks ruptured bicep.
Yep, not fantastic. And if you're a Milk fan, not fantastic either. Because Kyle Weeks comes in and look, he's not necessarily an organising half, and I don't think Ethan Strange is an organising half. So I think it's I'm a little bit concerned with their spine now. We started in the preseason by pointing out that their spine is very, very lacking in
experience.
Well, just lacking experience and skill. So look, and that was with Rapana. So you take Rapana out. We've now got Stewart in there who, look, he's not going poorly. He's just not setting the world alight and not really having any attacking spark. And look, I don't think he'll be loud enough in defence either. So setting up your defensive lines and things like that. So I think there's a few problems to be had for the Raiders coming up.
Yes. Tavita Totola, 12 weeks, fractured foot. Now, this is interesting with Tavita Totola going down because there is going to be some minutes that are going to be shared around there in the Bunnies pack, which might, throw up a couple of guys for a free agent pickup in your front row forward spots.
Yeah, definitely. Like Shaq Mitchell usually gets some decent PPM going. I don't think he's got the motor to really make him too relevant. But look, Turgis is starting, and yeah, he might be one. But look, if I'm honest, Moali off the bench, if he was starting, I'd be very interested because he's got a bit about him.
Yeah, I like
but
David Moali.
It's not really one that like the Bunnies forwards and they haven't really hit the mark for the last few seasons. I had high hopes for Totola coming into this year after hopefully coming through injury free through the preseason. But yeah, it's just not really worked out.
Jai Arrow in the 17 jersey as well. One to keep an eye on there as he comes back from injury. Tyrone Munro, collarbone, 8 weeks. Terrible for the young fella. He's going to spend some more time on the pine. Yeah, real bad, bro. So this is a good question to answer here. I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen here. Obviously, you've got Milne and you've got Gagai on the wings. Who plays what edge, bro?
Yeah.
Do you have any inclination about how this is going to shape out?
I would say Gagai plays right, and Milne plays left. He has played both sides. I've only seen Gagai play right. But look, if I'm honest, whoever's running up against Milne is always a chance for meat, and whoever's running up against the edge that has White and on it, it's always a chance to get meat as well. So I think there's a few defensive liabilities there, and
I'm sort of more looking at the guy who's running at Will Warbrick. I want to know who that is this weekend.
Oh yeah, mate, he has been like wet paper bag defense. It's been fucking awful to watch.
So if that's Tane Milne,
I think there's going to be a few.
I like Milne.
I think there's going to be a few friggin' tries on that edge, both ways.
Oh yeah. All right, let's start ripping through these. We've got Jaden Campbell, obviously PCL 4 weeks out. Have they gone with fullback this week?
AJ Brumo's back at fullback.
Yep, okay.
So they did a few switcheroos. They had Semi at fullback. He was laid out. He's actually not in the extended squad at all. So it's obviously he's re-aggravated something. And they've recalled Tanner Boyd into the halves.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Cool. Chris Patolo with an MCL that really doesn't fucking affect anyone. Bryce Cartwright out.
He's bench.
Which I assume with Bryce Cartwright, it's the ribs. I couldn't find any information about it, but I assume it's because of the ribs.
Yeah. It's usually a pain tolerance thing, and I think it's a rib cartilage issue that he's got. Madison just comes in as a direct replacement there. But Matto's scoring has been fucking awful, and he's available on a lot of waivers. It's not one that I could do personally. I think
it's
there's
interesting.
2RF options out there this season.
You almost have to pick him up because of his pedigree.
Yeah, and look, if he gets back to that 60-point player off the bench, like you've won the lotto. It's amazing, but do we think that he's going to get back there?
Yeah,
That's
who knows?
Like,
I mean, I dropped him.
When there's so many injuries at the moment, it's tough to keep him.
And then Tricky Trindle blows heavy in the bag, pisses hot on the side of the road. No good, no bueno for Tricky Trindle. Tried to be tricky, try to be too tricky, old Trindle, but no go. The boys in blue got him.
Yeah, just had that white line fever. So Daniel Atkinson comes in. I actually saw him play over the weekend for Newtown. So I was expecting either him or Dykes to get a run. The other option there was also Puru, who has a lot of raps on him as a junior. So look, Atkinson, I think he played. I think it was round 4 only for like a handful of minutes. So he's got some NRL experience. So I don't think he'll be too overawed. But he's that type of organising half that'll help.
I like his matchup this week. I'll be talking a little bit about him very soon. No head knocks, which was surprising coming out of the weekend. Ones to watch this week is Dane Gagai with his calf. He's obviously named to start. Dylan Edwards with the hammy as well. He's named. Sean Johnson has been managing a painful Achilles issue. Gutho with his knee. Apparently he's getting it drained a lot. He's having pain and swelling issues with that knee. Jack Bird, he's listed in reserves. Albert Hopewadi listed in reserves as well. Albert Hopewadi is a big one for Schiller owners, especially in Classic as well. Everyone's got Schiller in Classic. And if Hopper comes into this side, you would expect Schiller will drop out of this side. So that will have big implications there. Suspensions. What about this one? Jack Hetherington. punching on in the tunnel. I love it. I'm all about it. I mean, I don't care if he was mucking around or if he was serious. I just like that there was a little hooker on the field yapping his fucking gums and having a dig, and Jack was like, you know
it was
what?
money.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
money. You know that it was fucking on the
for sure. And Jack's like, nah, like, I'll see you in the tunnel, cunt. And by all reports, Jack can throw hands.
Oh, fucking big time. Yeah. I think that
So-
there was a thing that Gould was saying where he said, "Oh, you can't solve everything with your fists. If you keep it up, I'll take you down to one of the local gyms and I'll get one of those guys and they'll sort you out." And he goes, "Well, they'll try."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's a scary man. Scary man.
Yeah.
A lot of blokes returning in round 8. We've got Brendan Piakura, Payne Haas, Adam Reynolds, Albert Hopewadi listed in reserves. Obviously, Sienna Katoa, Royce Hunt listed in reserves. Connolly Lemuelu listed in reserves. Nathan Cleary, that's a massive one. Dom Young, Sam Walker, Dylan Walker, Micah Sivo. A lot of guys returning. So a really big week in rugby league circles and Supercoach circles. Now, that's the ins, that's the outs, that's the injuries. Let's have a little bit of
There's a couple other ones you missed.
Okay, talk to me.
Selwyn Cobbo's out. There's a positional switch for Jesse Arthurs to go into the centres, and then Dean Mariner comes back as well.
Mariner, that's right. Yep, Mariner.
Right wing. Yeah.
Mariner's back.
Ezra Mam's out. Ezra Mam's out as well. So A-Ray comes in, and Madden just changes sides.
Yep. Just apparently just niggling injuries that they need to take a week off. And why not take a week off while you play the Tigers? It's a pretty easy one there. Pretty a no-brainer. Okay, so let's get into our dilemmas at the moment for the Eskimo Bros and the Notarizers. So at the moment, like we alluded to earlier, I'm without Ponga for 2-3 months. You're without Jamal Fogarty for 2-3 months. So now we have to work out what we're going to do here. First up, I didn't realize KL Iro is a fullback. I only realized that like this afternoon, and I was like, "Holy fuck, that's good."
I didn't realize that. Like you didn't know that.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I didn't.
I thought you were in a tailspin for no reason. You've got coverage for the next few weeks if you need it anyway.
I'm happy, but I'm still going to pick up a fullback regardless because I do want to have that rotation in my CTWs. I've got a healthy rotation of some guys there. I've got Lomax, I've got RTS, I've got Timoko, and I've got KL Iro that's working well for me. And the fact of the matter is there's a lot of good quality guys that are available on waivers now in the fullback position. So for example, I'm looking at probably, the strength of schedule sheet that's round 9 to 16 first. So first up, what I do is I have a look at the overall. So, there's Fuller, there's you got Armstrong for the Knights, you've got the young bloke that's just come in for the Sharks as well, Atkinson. They're probably the
halfback fullback duel.
Yep. So, which is tasty. Holy fuck, that's good. So they're the sort of 3 main teams that I'll be looking at. So I go to the overall strength of schedule, rounds 9 to 16. Dolphins got the 9th. Knights have got the 14th, and Sharks got the 16th. So you would say Dolphins is probably the pick of the litter there. Then I go over to the fullback sheet and have a look at those guys and what their strength of schedule from round 9 to 16 is looking like. So Trey Fuller has the 12th best strength of schedule. You've got that Atkinson's going to be a left half. I'll have a look at him in a minute. And then I've got Armstrong, who's got the 10th best. So it's not, it's not great. If I had to go anyone, it looks like I'd probably steer towards Trey Fuller. Now, Atkinson is a left half, so he's got the 7th best strength of schedule. So all of a sudden I'm going, okay, halfback, fullback, dual eligible. Atkinson, I'm not sure how long, Tricky Trindle's going to be out. If he gets charged, I would think that'd be a while. You've also got the Sharks being one of the top Supercoach attacking teams in the comp. Atkinson comes onto the left. Sharks have the best left scoring team, both for percentages of tries scored and for Supercoach points scored on the left. He's going to go out there. So now I'm starting to lean towards Atkinson and picking him up, especially this week. I really love his matchup this week. We've got a bet this week. I could use him in that bet as well. I could bring him in and use him in that bet to maybe try and win that and have little to no risk playing him because I've just picked him up off waivers. So that's sort of where my mind's going. But then I always like to go, okay, look, Ponga's out for longer than 9 to 16. So let's have a little bit of a peek into round 17 to 22, which will get me to the point where Ponga is hopefully back. So those teams again, Sharks have got the 3rd best strength of schedule, Dolphins 7th, Knights 9. So again, I'm probably looking at more the Sharks and Dolphins here. Let's have a look at fullback. Yeah, Trey Fuller 3rd, but he probably won't be there. Hammer will be back by this point, so he's probably null and void. You've got the Knights fullback has the 11th best strength of schedule, so Armstrong there, 11th best. Left half has the 11th best strength of schedule. So I think the winner here for me is Atkinson. I just have to maybe pick him up and hope to God that he can secure that spot, play really well with Hines. That left hedge can keep humming. I mean, another guy that I could maybe look at is Cody Nicarima. Maybe he's available in waivers. I can play him at fullback as well. The Dolphins have gone really well. Like he's got the 9th best strength of schedule from round 17 to 22, and just get it up here, left half, sorry. Yeah, like he's not basically got the 5th strength of schedule from around 9-16. So maybe Cody Nicarima is not a bad pickup as well. So that was just me doing that off the dome, just looking at these sheets live as I'm looking through them, just talking through them. Cody Nicarima, Atkinson, these are guys that I'll probably target in the waves this week to plug that gap while KP is out. Now, of course, if you have a league like ours where there's always some good gear on the waivers and on free agents, I might be able to pick up Atkinson this week, play him in good matchups, and then next week might be able to drop him and pick up Trey Fuller or maybe play Cody Nicarima just because there's so much fluidity in the players that are dropped and on waivers. And maybe my fallback spot can be just a streamable spot from henceforth. And I just use the matchup sheets and the stat sheets, the ranking sheets, the weekly matchups that are available on the Patreon to select my fullback each week. So I've got some decisions to make. I've got some work to do. But like as I say each year, it's shit when this stuff happens, right? It's shit when good players go down. It's shit when you're up against it. But at the same time, it's exciting. This is when the real super coach happens. This is when you really have to start playing. This is when, because I haven't really had to use the stat sheets all that much. I haven't. Go.
I was just going to say, this is when you have to grind. This is when your season's made, when you have to come up against this type of adversity.
100%, man, 100%, and it's exciting. This is draft, baby. This is good. This is good. Now I'm starting to talk to teams. I'm starting to formulate trades. I'm starting to sort of package up some guys. I'm working, baby. I'm out there fucking putting the work in, son. So yeah, that's when these fucking stat sheets, they just pay dividends. So, bro, talk us through your mindset at the moment with Jamal Fogarty, with these strength of schedule sheets. How are you going to attack it? How are you looking at it? Because chances are you're probably not going to have Jamal Fogarty until by the time finals start. So
it's going to be close to finals.
Really, so you got to pick a halfback that's going to get you to the finals.
Yeah, and look, if I'm honest, it's not as easy as it is for fullbacks. Because look, it's Bear Grylls out there for fullbacks. So I'm looking more along the lines of setting up a trade in the next few weeks.
Yep.
So it's about looking at teams that have halfbacks that they've been streaming a few different players in there, and potentially looking to lock up a trade for. So there's a guy who has Burton. He's got a couple other options there. There's another guy who's got DC and someone else. So looking at options of who I can package up from my bench to have a bit of value, because I've got a bit of decent value on my bench that I can't play each week. So it makes sense to try to package those guys up. In the interim, I'm looking at guys like, and this is the difficult thing. It's Tanner Boyd effectively is the him or Atkinson is pretty much the premium options to look at. So it's not fantastic, but it's definitely a good time for me to have saved my waivers. So I'm second priority in the waivers, so that helps. So whoever I pick, I'm almost guaranteed to get. So that's one good thing. But it's looking at the sheets for a few different horizons. So for the next 6 weeks out towards round 14, round 16, and then that run the table leading into the finals is definitely the two that I'm looking at. But I think from my side, it's in the interim, it's going to be looking at matchups each week just to see who's got the better schedule. And look, it might be the case that whoever I pick up this week, I might drop in a couple of weeks if I can manage to sort out a trade. If not, I might be AEing the position. Haven't fully decided that yet because I don't have a strong hooker at the moment. I'm just running with cheese. So, I'll be betting pretty hard in the next few weeks once I get all my cattle on the field.
I like that. Now, is your team set up for like an AE? Like, could you AE that position straight away? Like, how's your bench look? Would you be happy to AE that Fogarty spot?
So I would have said yes. Unfortunately, with the buy situation as it stands, my second front row forward is on the buy, and Flegler is injured at the moment. So no dice on that. So we'll have to do some work on the waivers. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay. Ooh. Let the fucking games begin, bro. It's all happening,
mate. Look, and the fact that I watched Denny Atkinson on the weekend probably leans into the fact that I'll probably pick him. If I'm honest, it's
let me just scribble his name out on my notepad here because I won't be getting him. Fuck. Did I say he had a good strength of schedule? I mean, he's got a really shit strength of schedule.
That Pudu is he's a pretty classy player, but he's a bit young and a bit green, so it might be next season. I genuinely thought that Cade Dykes might be the one to get the nod, but they've gone in a different direction. They see him more as a fullback nowadays.
All right, yep, that was a nice little chat there. Again, guys, this strength of schedule stuff, it's unbelievable. Like, you just get it up. And as I'm looking at it now, you're looking at rounds 9 to 16. Every single position is ranked for their strength of schedule. So meaning the teams that are conceding points to conceding points to that specific position. So when you look at fullback, Dylan Edwards has the best strength of schedule for fullbacks. That's because from rounds 9 to 16, he's coming up against oppositions that, as a collective, are averaging less than the other fullbacks in that list. So he's got a really good list of favorable matchups coming forth. And that's fullback, left wing, left center, right wing, left half, right half, all the way through, guys. You will not find a more comprehensive strength of schedule sheets here than anywhere else in Australia. I mean, it's hands down the best in the biz.
Yeah. Definitely, it's taken us a while to get where we are, though. It's a lot of checks and balances over the last few years to get them humming. And as soon as we got them humming, that's when we started the Patreon.
That's it. All right, that's fucking it. Let's start rubbing down some of these games, bro. Let's get into it.
Stats, records, rankings, weather. I know the team.
These games are a burial, a blowout, a human lock.
I know these players.
All you gotta do is bet on the win.
I know this wonderful game called football.
Let's get on with the rub down.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Anzac Day. Big day of footy. 3 games back to back to back. First one will be Thursday, 2 p.m. Warriors v the Titans at Go Media Stadium. This will be huge over there. Big game. Now, Warriors coming off a really disappointing loss last week against the Dragons, which fucked all my bets. All my bets went poo-poo because of the Warriors. Thanks, guys. So I expect them to bounce back in this one. The Tits are conceding the most Supercoach points while scoring the second most. So it's a really good Supercoach matchup to start the round. The Wars right edge attack is where the matchup lies. Titans left, you've got Kelly, 8 tries conceded, 23 missed tackles. Khan
Mm.
Pereira has come back on that left edge, 13 missed tackles, 6 tries conceded, 7 line breaks conceded in 5 games for a winger. That's fucking impressive, bro. Yes, you can score tries, but holy fuck, that is impressive to do as a winger, to be that bad in defense.
They don't get that much traffic.
Ugh, gross. Even Dave Fafita, in the 4 games that he's played, and he's played less minutes, 6 missed tackles, 3 line breaks conceded. So that left is disgusting, right? DWZ is almost a full-time butcher here, statistically. He is bagging, beating meat in this game. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a triple. C&K should have a really good game here as well. Titans, they have been waving the white flag against fullbacks this year. Fullbacks averaging 90 against the Titans. They've leaked at least 1 try to a fullback in every game bar 1 this season. So C&K, right edge sweep, DWZ scoring tries. I can see it now. I can picture it now. Honestly, even when you look at the other side of the field, Firma's over there now. So I reckon someone on the left for the Warriors is going to play well. Firma and Boyd have combined for 38 missed tackles, 14 tries conceded, and 15 line breaks conceded. I mean, wherever the Warriors decide to attack, they're going to have success. So Tamara Martin, RTS maybe. Either way, I think that there's a huge, big bounce back game here on the cards for the Wars, but I'm really looking at DWZ and C&K to fire in this one. Just a note, be careful of SJ with that Achilles. I wouldn't be VCing him, but just be wary of that. What's your top matchups in this game, Wook?
Well, I mean, like the easy money's on DWZ. I do reckon C&K, like you mentioned before. A bit of a schmokey though, Wade Egan. He's going to cause some absolute havoc through the middle. Him and his right hand man, AFB, they're going to be getting some meat between those two for sure.
Yep. Yeah, I do like Egan. Egan's been playing out of his head, doesn't he? And AFB, I mean, obviously,
yep.
Titans are weak up the middle as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's all Warriors, isn't it? It's Wars. As for draft moves, waivers or free agents, anything that you like in this game, bro? Not a lot. I'm just quickly looking at it now. A lot of the guys are pretty highly owned.
Yeah, I mean, the only ones that kind of stand out is Rocco Berry is a half decent shout. He's getting 40 to 45, even sometimes a couple of 50 games in there. And look, for this matchup specifically, if they do go left, Marcelo Montoya might be on the end of a nice few sweeps for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Jamin Jolliffe, we continue to talk about him and how solid he has been. Tino, without him in the side, we thought the minutes would go to Moika Fodawaker. We were wrong there. It's all going to Jamin Jolliffe. His PPM is all right. It's about 1, but he's getting like 55 to 60 minutes week in, week out. Yeah, so if he's available, you've got to fucking get him. It's crazy. Other than him, nothing really to like. I mean, VCs are easy. DWZ, C&K, shut the gate.
Well, there is a plug and play that you might be able to whack on Jacob Laban. So a couple of the rubbers.
Okay.
Longer term value as well, because we've got Catewell out for long term, and then you've also got Niokore who's out until I think around 14. So Laban might have an extended period down on that right edge. So running at Dave Fafita, like you mentioned, has some deficiencies in defense. Look, he could be a good plug and play start in this one. But look, the key matchup is actually with Jackson Ford if you're looking at the edge back rowers.
Okay, Laban, nice. Shout out to the rubbers. Fuck yeah. Helping the boys out. We need all the help we can get on this podcast, guys. Don't be shy.
Big time.
Get involved. Let us know what's going on. If there's some cunt that gets named and it sounds like we don't know who he is or who she is, then fucking let us know. Give us the heads up.
I think it's more just due to how long he'll be in the position rather than how good he is. So I've only seen him in spurts coming on off the bench. So we'll see if that ends up getting some meat. Cool.
Let's move on to the next game. Thursday, 4:05, Dragons v Roosters, Allianz Stadium. My favorite game of the year is this one. I used to go to this one every single year. Anzac Day, Dragons v Roosters. This is an absolute clanger. And obviously the Dragons coming off a really good win against the Warriors. Roosters get some troops back. It's always a close affair anyway, but it seems like I'm getting the vibe right now that this is going to be a close game, even more so this year, right? So not a really good statistical game here. Nothing shows up for me for edge versus edge. It's sort of like, yeah, the Dragons are strong down there, right? Actually, really fucking strong. They're scoring 75% of their tries down there, right? It's ludicrous. But the Roosters, sorry, they're weak on their right, and vice versa. So it doesn't quite match up there. For the Roosters, like I'm looking at that Suoliti, Tupu, Kiri edge, because obviously the Dragons are going to want to push down that right edge attack. Those guys have combined for 14 tries conceded, 34 missed tackles, and 13 line breaks conceded. Not overly bad, but due to how dominant the Dragons are down that right edge, it may be enough there for them to find success. Lomax, he is the Dragons' attack. Simple as, full stop, exclamation mark. Every play, every kick, it is funneled through him. I don't care if he's got a red box with a minus fucking 50 next to his name. He will play well, he will perform, and he'll be up for this one. On the other side of the ball, it's glaringly obvious that the same attacking prowess for the Dragons is super weak in defense. So Hunt, Sewer, Bird, Lomax, that edge is really deficient in defense. Hunt, Sewer, 40 missed tackles between the two. 12 tries conceded. So could this be Gussie's game? I kind of like Gussie here. The short ball from Kiri, he loves that. Gussie running at Hunt. Sewer's not going to be able to help him. They're both turnstiles. So statistically, it's not there. Like the numbers don't match up, but I can just see Gussie having a really good game. This could be an easy explosion game where he scores a try and scores over 100 Supercoach points. I could see it happening. And just one extra tidbit here. And I had to do my study for the Chase Your Losses podcast here, trying to pick a bet. Just something to take away, put in your back pocket here. Manu has scored in 4 straight Anzac Day games. 5 tries over the last 4 years on the Anzac Day game, the Anzac Day Cup between Dragons and Roosters.
That's interesting.
Very fucking interesting, man. So Manu
turns up for the Anzacs.
He does, bro. So look,
at heart.
There's a lot of things at play in this game. Nothing sort of jumps off the page to me statistically, but it's going to be a great game. It's going to be a fucking wicked game. Yeah. What do you like here, Wooker?
Mate, I'm half thinking I might ditch the kid and the wife and go up the road and watch it because it's going to be. I'm telling you, bro,
it is the best game ever. I've been grand finals. It's the best. It's the best. Like if you're in Sydney, you're listening to this, and you can get to this game. This is an epic game. Big vibes.
I really like Teddy in this one. I do think he has the opportunity to really tear him apart. And I think he's going to want to dominate in this one. I think the game back for Walker as well on that right. I think he's going to have a bit of opportunities kicking cross field, possibly to Suoliti. I think there's definitely going to be some joy on that left edge coming up against that really, really weak edge of Lomax and Ravalawa or Lomax and Bird. No matter who that combination is, it's just going to lead us to tries. But yes, for mine, Suoliti and Teddy are probably the top matchups there statistically. But definitely lean into what you were saying about Gussie. I think there's real potential there.
Yeah, I like Gussie. I'm big on Gussie. For your sort of waiver pickups, free agent pickups. Now, we were talking about Raymond Fatala Mariner having that edge spot. When is Lucy Liu due back? And what's going on there? I actually don't know.
Yeah, I think it's a calf injury. So those are known to linger, and I think that the old man injury as well. But yeah, he's I think he's probably going to be out for another few weeks. But yeah, as soon as Leilua comes back, I don't know where RFM kind of fits into that back line. That back row, sorry. Whether he goes
won't
to
be.
lock, which he was there,
Yeah.
or whether he just goes back to the bench.
Yep. Yeah, I don't mind him as a play while Lucy Liu is out. The other guy that impressed me last week is Hame Sele. Got 56 minutes, I think, did plenty with those minutes as well. So another guy that you might want to look at. But other than that, there's not a lot available here for sort of under 35%. Terrell May owners would be pissed off with the minutes he's getting at the moment. I've got no news for you.
It's been yo-yo minutes, isn't it? Like we got 20 something one week, got 50 the next, and then the week after he gets 30. Like, what's going on? What's Robbo doing?
I tell you what. Yes, Kalen Pong is injured, but there have been plenty of things go right for me this season, right? So lost Marzu, got RTS, that worked out for me. Lost Terrell May, got Ruben Cotter. That seems like it's worked out for me as well. So I'll count my wins when I can fucking get them at the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's weird because actually I was listening to the Bloke in the Bar podcast, and Timmy was talking about, he was sort of bringing up the correlation with Terrell May's minutes and how the Roosters have been playing and their wins. And when he plays big minutes, when he plays above 50 minutes, they win games. When he plays below 50 minutes, they lose games. So yeah,
surely Robbo clocks onto that.
I don't know. And the boys were talking about it as well. They're like, is there something going on there that he's not doing, whether it's like his attitude or what he's doing at training, or is there just some things that he needs to work on that Robbo's picking up where he doesn't like? I'm not exactly sure what it is, but hurtful for Supercoach owners. And I mean, most of us probably own him in Classic as well.
Classic for sure. It's a bit of a kick in the dick when you, like, a lot of us have been scrambling to, I don't know, to use people like Xavier Willison, for God's sake, Sam Hughes. I played him one week because of the Maxi King injury, but fuck it. The only player he's kept all the way through has been Terrell May. And look, I thought it was a genius move having him from the start of the season, but now I'm reconsidering. He's looking like a sell target the next couple of weeks because, look, Spenny Lenny comes back in round 10 or is it round 11? And
it's getting close, isn't it? Yeah. And you would think he comes straight back into this pack. And just looking at this pack, you would think they keep Connor Watson as 14. You got White, Egan Butcher, and May there. Like maybe
White's
White.
Actually been White's been impressive though.
Looks
very,
good,
very
White.
Impressive.
Really hard to handle. So
big bit of gear.
Yeah. So it's not boding well for May.
It's not clear cut.
Yeah. Who knows? All right. Let's move on to the next game. Thursday, 7:50 p.m. Storm v Bunnies, Amy Park. Bunnies, okay, yeah. They've been putrid. They've been pus this year. We know that. Storm are humming. This is a big matchup game statistically, though. Bunnies conceding the second most Supercoach points. That makes this a fantastic Supercoach game for the Storm. Love the Storm right attack here. Bunnies left has been lit up this year so far, leaking 50% of their tries to right attacks. Jack Whiten, let's put the fucking spotlight on this bloke. This is what he's averaging per game. 2 tries conceded, 2 line breaks conceded, and 3 missed tackles per game.
That is like, that's fucking unreal.
It's pus, bro. It's pus. It's absolute pus.
I mean, there has to be an investigation.
Bro, we're investigating him now. It's terrible.
How is he not the one who's been dropped and Cook was dropped? Like,
I guess because the only thing they're doing in attack is through him. So they're like, fuck, what do we do here?